Hey guys, Nick with PhoneArena here. You're watching our video review of the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman. What we have here is a mid-range Android smartphone, a music-oriented one just like its name suggests. It offers a 3.2-inch touchscreen, a 1 GHz single-core processor. They're both front-facing and a rear camera. This one in the back is of 5 megapixels with autofocus and LED flash. And here we see a pair of built-in stereo speakers. First of all, we must say that the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman is one cool looking handset, and we believe that the young crowd will think so too. It fits nicely in the palm of your hand, and your thumb can easily reach every edge of its screen, which makes using it with a single hand really easy. One of its disadvantages is that the camera button right here lacks feedback, so it's hard to tell if you have pressed it all the way down, halfway, or if you've pressed it at all. What we also need to mention is that the device is pretty thick and its front and back sides are very prone to collecting finger smudge. The 3.2-inch display on the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman has a resolution of 320 by 480 pixels, so fine details do not look quite as sharp as one would like. Its color reproduction is a bit on the warm side, and its contrast levels and viewing angles are average at best. At least its brightness output is high enough to make using the smartphone on a sunny day comfortable. The built-in internet browser is excellent for casual browsing. It loads pages pretty fast and it's very smooth overall. However, it does get a bit laggy when you view a heavy web page, especially if there is Adobe Flash content being rendered. Its interface is rather simple, but it offers the basics such as pinch to zoom and text reflow. The 5 megapixel camera on the Live with Walkman offers a variety of shooting scenes as well as a handful of cool features such as face tracking, 3D panorama mode, and smile detection. The outdoor samples that we took look quite nice, but the ones taken indoors lack detail. And by the way, it was a nice surprise seeing that the camera's shutter is really fast and responsive. The Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman runs Android 2.3 Gingerbread, and its processor does a pretty good job at running it smoothly. At the same time, the Timescape user interface, which is installed on top, makes the most of the relatively small display. Each corner can hold up to 4 shortcuts, which means that you are free to populate the 5 customizable home screens with the widgets that you need. However, the on-screen keyboard feels rather tiny and it's quite uncomfortable to use in portrait mode. Luckily, it is much more convenient in landscape mode, and the autocorrect feature takes care of typos on the fly. Of course, the Walkman music player is what you get out of the box. It has its very own widget, which you see right here. The player is simple to use and offers simplified, elegant graphics. Besides all the basics, the player can do several handy tricks, such as to grab artist information from Wikipedia, to search Google for the lyrics of the track that is currently playing, or to find a karaoke video on YouTube. It also comes with the xLoud feature, which significantly boosts the volume of the music when you listen through the phone's built-in stereo speakers. The earpiece of the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman is sufficiently loud, but the voices sound quite muffled. On the other hand, the microphone picks up clean and distinct voices, which sound loud enough on the other side of the line. Out of the smartphone's battery, you can get up to 6.5 hours of talk time on 3G, or about 350 hours in standby mode, which is quite average. When it comes to music, you can expect about 17 hours of continuous playback, which is somewhat unimpressive. Overall, the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman is a steal considering that it costs about $240 off contract and that it's a decent Android device. However, you still get what you pay for, so you have to settle with a mediocre display. Some of the alternatives that we would recommend are the Sony Ericsson Xperia Neo V, which has the same awesome interface but comes with a bigger and better display. Or perhaps the Sony Ericsson Xperia Ray, which has a high resolution screen and a better camera. Thank you for watching our video review of the Sony Ericsson Live with Walkman. This is Nick, and if you'd like to check out any of our other smartphone reviews, visit our website, PhoneArena.com.